This podcast is made for you. Believe everything we say is true. 1722. 1722.
I pull it off and I'm like,
yeah. For the sexual chocolate, he's got sexual vanilla going on.
Yeah, I was like,
with 2 cherries.
I was like, it looks like it's a blackout over here. So I'm gonna just, add some more.
Yep. Hey, the one true white guy over here.
Man, was a complete
You know what I tell my
stereotype.
business partner? I was like, I may be white, but my soul's black. He shakes his head. He's like,
somebody's
man.
gonna love you for that, Austin. Hell yeah, stand your ground.
Damn it. Damn it. Oh, I didn't even think about that one. Oh, shit. God damn.
Push your pants
It's all
wearing
good. You
sweats.
stand
I'm
your ground
just saying.
a lot.
Yeah, oh, shit, we are recording now. Hell yeah, cool.
Yeah, I just threw it off randomly. I was pissed at the fact that I didn't have it recorded beforehand, so we won't miss anything now.
Okay, hell yeah.
Whoops.
Real quick, I just want to say, like, I'm so stoked that this is the only house I feel like where you come in and you just see this much Misfits everywhere. You got in your shirt. I wear it on my arm for life. I got like 6 fucking posters in the house.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Clearly a fan.
Yeah, I love that he's repping.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into whether or not he actually knows the songs or not, because I'm trying. I'm about to be 30,
You know,
so I'm trying to be a
That is
better
the
person
funniest
and
thing.
not
That
shit all
is the
over
funniest thing ever, because I put this on when I got out of the shower, and only then, because I've had this while we were living together and shit. I put it on and I was like, man, I feel like today's gonna be the day where they be like, do you know a Misfits song? I swear to God. And I was sitting there and I was like, damn, and I don't really think I do.
All right.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I just told you no.
Besides the one from the WWE game?
What one?
You know Hybrid Moments, right?
Yeah, they're on one of the
There's
WWE
like
games.
2K20 or 19.
Oh man, nah.
So you don't even know that? Wow.
I didn't play 20 long enough to even pay
Hey, you know what?
attention.
This is my podcast and I talk shit. So from here on out, if you're going to come into my goddamn house with a Misfit shirt on, you better know one fucking song. I'll make you a mix.
I'm gonna come back to the stand your ground thing. You know what I'm saying? I could have sat there and listened to a song and let it burn in my brain 2 times, and then drove over here and listened to it. But I was like, fuck that. If I didn't know it, then I didn't know it.
Right.
So you gonna call me out? And I was like, oh, well, this is where it is. And the funny thing is when you just brought that up, I was gonna be like, yeah. We know where the power lies.
Right.
Oh, man.
But then you would have corrected me, because in my head I corrected myself and I was like, that's Rancid, right?
Yeah.
Y'all had to walk the fuck out.
Yeah, that made it way worse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
You were off the project.
There's a whole lot of punk music that gets played in this
Yeah.
house, so I wouldn't be surprised
this
if you get
shirt
confused.
here was a gift. and I guess
You get it for
I
Christmas?
guess no
Christmas.
No, my girl at the time bought it, and I guess she thought it was a daring gift because she's seen the posters around the house. But hell, they weren't my posters.
Damn, that's even funnier.
But I was like, hey, cool. I mean, it's a black shirt, and yeah.
Hey,
That's all I got. I
What's
never
the
did no
coolest
research.
image of all time? Hands down. That's just my personal opinion. So it doesn't matter. But also, get cultured. Learn things too about the
I will, but here's the thing. Don't tell me what to do. I don't feel inclined to listen to him now that you told me to get culture. Now I gotta let it breathe for about 2 weeks. when I forgot that you told me that.
Yeah, he'll just come in here randomly listening to a song one day, and then you'll be like, what did I tell you?
I turned it off. You didn't tell me nothing.
Yeah. Oh, shit, I guess we could probably start the pod, though.
Yeah,
Right?
Why hot
Yeah,
right
my
now.
face is already hurting.
Yeah.
All right. So, welcome to 1722, where we talk shit about everything and we don't take shit from nobody.
We don't take shit from nobody.
You're damn right.
I'm sorry.
I'm still weak about that whole conversation, because it's like I seen it coming 30 minutes before I got here, and it happened.
That shows
Man,
how
I gotta
good
hit
friends
the-
we are, though. You already know.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta hit the fucking lotto though. It might be that time.
Call the feature.
So we got a guest, a first time guest.
Yes, the maid of honor. Here
He
we go.
is an actor, a writer, a business partner, apparently, to some guy we don't know.
I inspired to have this many titles.
He does other things. He wears long black sleeve shirts and a black hat. He wears a lot of black.
Yeah.
We covered that. That is our cousin,
Mm-hmm.
Tim. Do you want your last name out there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tim Todd.
Yeah.
His movie coming out, Emo Box Head, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that for a second, because I don't know much about it.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back a few years.
All right, hell yeah, let's do it.
Talked about the history of the character. So I was in a excuse me. I was in a comedy troupe called Common Sense for Dummies, and we wrote a lot of scripts or skits. Yeah, scripts for skits.
Yeah.
And so just out of nowhere, I came up with this crazy character called Emo Box Head, and it's about this guy that loses his job, and the box he takes home for work, he turns it into like an emotional box, and he has a different emotion on each side of the box.
Yeah.
So we had done some skits based on this character, and my two other business partners I was with at the time, they're like, "This is the stupidest idea I've ever freaking heard. Who wants to see a dude, losing his mind or lost his mind, wearing a freaking box on his head?"
Yeah.
And I was like, just go with my gut. Let's just do it. Everybody freaking loved it, and this character became the mascot for our comedy troupe. So they eventually wanted to start a family, and I thought, fair enough. So I just put this idea on the back burner and didn't do anything with it for like years. And then during the pandemic, I started writing again. I was like, man, I've got all this content. I've got all these characters. I need to, do something with it. So I have 3 scripts that I'm trying to promote, and Emo Box Head is one of them.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, so after the pandemic, or at least, a few months later, I had a buddy that came into my job, and I work at Image 360. It's a sign company.
Okay.
So his name is Jonathan Snorton. He's my business partner. So
Shout out Jonathan, yeah.
and he started Studio 244, based in Madison.
Shit.
So he's promoting his company with all this vinyl and frost and whatever. He's pretty much dressing up his studio.
Yeah.
So he comes in, and we were talking, and he was telling me that he landed a job with T-Pack, and he's doing all their photography and all their promotional stuff and whatever. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh snap." He's like, "Man, what about all these scripts and all these ideas and all these amazing stories that you told me about?" He's like, "Dude, what are you doing with it?" I was like, "Nothing." He's like, "Man," he's like, "That's why I'm here."
Oh, fuck.
He's like, "Dude," he's like, I just came in, I needed some stuff for my studio, but I came in here to check up on you because, dude, he's like, I need to help you light a fire to get this stuff out. So I'm like, all right. So I started working, and I came up with this presentation. He's like, hey, let's have lunch. Let's talk about this stuff. So I came up with this presentation. We met at a Waffle House in Hendersonville. I mean, I wasn't even drunk that time. Yeah. So I told him everything that I had envisioned, and he's like, you need help with this, don't you? I was like, you read my mind. He's like, and I was like, would you entertain the idea of a partnership? He's like, heck yeah, I would.
Fuck. Oh, that's amazing.
Yep. So I have 3 scripts. They're hot scripts. They're not completed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a general idea of the premise of the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to create a marketing packet for each script, and I'm going to give it to my entertainment lawyer, and then have her take it to LA and try to pitch it.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So we're trying to create a trailer for each script, because everybody under the sun has a script.
Yeah.
That goes in the trash unless you have a representation. But if you have a trailer on top of that, and I'm a graphic designer by trade, so if you had a marketing packet, giving it to this individual, be like, hey, we have visuals, we have a story, we have everything we need. What do you want?
Yeah.
So that's my goal. So that's what we're doing.
Man. Well, let's hope that works.
Yeah,
out.
I am going to support anything I can with that.
Yeah, and even if they wouldn't take it and want to put it in theaters, they still try to do it like Sundance Film Festival, one of those things. That's
exactly.
cool.
You can get into there's got to be other film festivals around here besides LA, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be a whole lot of other stuff too. So I mean, shit. And I suppose you probably don't want to go into too much detail about what each 3 what the story is about since they're not finished.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand that.
But how long did it take you to come up with the concept of the second one? Like any of them, really?
Like how?
I
long
know
did it
they're not
take him?
finished, but like.
Well, I've had these ideas in the back of my mind or like written down for like years. As a matter of fact, the second one is called The Town of Ill, and that's based off of a children's book that I wrote like 10 plus years ago.
Oh wow!
As a matter of
I
fact,
feel like I remember that.
yeah. As a matter of fact, it's on sale on Amazon, and you can get it. It's
go check that out.
Yeah, it's like $18 or whatever. You get it, and dude, it rhymes, and it is just like a Dr. Seuss book.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's only 32 pages. I mean, the illustrations are bright, colorful. I mean, all the pages pages rhyme.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you say things in there that get you canceled like Dr. Seuss did?
no.
Thank God.
No.
None of those undertones in there.
No.
So your kids
dope,
can
though.
read his material.
Yeah, I was being neighborly, but I was rapping.
Yeah, basically, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Him over Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. Choose the better option over here.
So they're just based on ideas that I've had for years, and
So all 3 scripts are separate. They're not like all based on the same story. 3 different scripts on the same. Like they're not all Emo Box Head.
no, they're all all separate stories.
Gotcha.
Damn, that's even more. Man, that's even more impressive.
Yeah.
Wow. I really hope that pulls off because I've seen your videos.
Yeah.
Of like with the thing on,
Yeah.
and every single time I watched like 5-6 times in a row because I'm like that is just so gripping.
Yeah.
Like and then like you turn it and every time I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like I want to see that shit, man.
I'm trying to be at the premiere too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you guys are invited. I'm
You
going to
gotta
invite everybody.
1722.
Oh yeah. Should we do a podcast that night right after the movie?
Heck yeah, dude.
Shit.
Yeah, what sold my business partner on the idea of this script is that we're also promoting mental health, and especially after this pandemic, I know everybody has something that they're dealing with.
Oh yeah.
So especially with this guy losing his mind, and this is how he copes with his reality. He's like, dude, this is the time to strike because everybody's going through something, and if it's a way for people to self-heal, he's like, we need to push this. He's a deacon at his church, and he has an outreach program for his community. Mm-hmm. And there's a few kids that could use something like this. If they're going through some kind of trauma, they could put on the box, "Hey, what emotion are you feeling today?" Turn to that emotion, and let's talk about it. So not only are we trying to push this script to broadcast it on the silver screen, but we're trying to help out our community.
Right.
If not, the world. If it catches on.
Yeah.
So that's our goal.
Well, it's an
wonderful.
important message because it's like it's taking something that you can see in such a black and white fashion where it's like simple to see just these like emoticons basically shifting out, but seeing how important it is to just not be okay. And there's nothing wrong with that,
Right.
It's actually a very beautiful message.
And yeah, I believe it could catch fire because most people, they watch movies and they want to take something away from the movie that they can take with them every day or whatever.
Yep.
That's what most people get from the Marvel movies. Even though they know it's not a real concept and everything else like that, they're really invested in stuff like that. But if it's something they can really like apply to their lives and stuff like the movie would, then I believe that it could catch fire.
And yours is already something that, like you said, like everyone deals with mental health so strongly today. So when they leave your, I guess, theater or whatever, everybody's going to be like, I now have a better understanding about mental health. Because there's a lot of people out there that, shit talk it. And they're like, mental health's not real, that doesn't exist. But even just by what you're doing, anyone, like, watching is going to leave, they're like, wow, like, it's real. That's people really deal with this stuff every day.
Something that everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
You're going to have all the fucking, like, teenage girls who are like, that box is my spirit animal.
They'll really pull their emotional strings. They'll be ready to go. They'll be all the way invested.
Oh, that's
But that's how you know it gets successful, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what caused the blow up.
Yeah.
That's what gets people talking.
Right.
Yeah, and anybody can wear that box. It doesn't matter your race, your nationality, or
Yeah.
whoever. I mean, you put that thing on and boom.
We should have had him come in and start the first 50 minutes just as the box. So we're like, hey, Tim, or hey, Box, and he's like, that would have been so good.
If you had it with him, we could just film a bit real quick.
Oh, dude.
Who says I don't?
Oh, shit, okay.
Who says I don't? I don't play around.
I would love that.
Keep that thing on it.
Just
in case.
It's always packing heat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Who says this script isn't about my biography? I mean, or autobiography.
I think this is dope, though. I really want to see this, though.
Yeah, to say, I don't know if you guys have seen the videos that he's
I've seen the
posted.
video.
Okay, you have too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am definitely going to be there whenever it comes out. Because does it come out this year, or is it like in the distance? Or
Well, the trailer will actually, and we're just using it to pitch.
Yeah.
But we have so much material that we've been filming. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a short. It's like a short movie.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we may take it to festivals and things of that sort, but once it's actually completed in the fall, I'll probably rent out a theater and then just, promote it or, show it to you guys.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I'm definitely down. Yeah, anything that we can do to support you, community, anything, and we can be a part of it, I'm 100% down with that.
Heck yeah.
We can get everyone involved on the podcast. I love that. See everyone's different perspective about the full product.
Yeah, like, so, which side of the box fit you? You know?
Give them a questionnaire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, that's awesome. So like,
Team Tyus or the grumpy side for sure. I already know that going.
Oh yeah, as soon as it switches.
Yeah, I don't have to turn my box around too much.
My box doesn't change very often.
Yeah, my I'm gonna go call him my business partner. He has a name, Jonathan Sorton. He told me, he's like, before we release this trailer, you need to generate a fan base, and I was like, yeah, you're totally right. So that's why I started the TikTok page. Excuse me. And then, people are slowly starting to respond. They're like, dude, this is an awesome idea. You're going to explode. This, I can see this blowing up, soon. And I even have adults reaching out to me. Not necessarily on TikTok, but like Facebook. Like, I had somebody that messaged me the other day. They're like, hey, I'm so glad you brought this project back up because, mental illness is a huge thing, and she's like, I'm dealing with something, and I really appreciate you doing this.
Right.
So
that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's slowly. It's not happening overnight, but it's a process, and it's day by day, dude. And it's starting to. I'm feeling rewarded.
Just from an outsider perspective, I think it's going to pay off.
Yeah, I genuinely
believe from what I've seen, because like the way I seen, like when I first seen that trailer, or even it might have been just the TikTok. I don't remember exactly what it was I seen, but when I seen it, I was like, I can't believe this hasn't been done already.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought.
Like, no offense, like not saying
no,
that anyone else should take your credit, but I'm just like, that's what makes it good. Like that's how you know it's a good idea.
Right.
Is the fact that it should have been done and it hasn't. So like I know eventually it's going to take off.
And it's been brewing in your head for a while, and nobody's came up with it yet, so it could be one of a kind.
Yep. I honestly think right now is the right time to promote this. Because when I created it, it was like over 10 years ago. That wasn't the time. Now is the time. Mm-hmm. Now is the time.
Yeah, I don't know if people would have understood it 10 years ago compared to nowadays.
True. Yeah.
They would have been like, what the fuck? Where now people are like, oh, I see what the cinnamon is right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, well, exactly.
Excuse me. People have an understanding and seem to have more empathy now, I feel like, than they ever have. Mm-hmm. Where before they would have viewed it as more of like a whining, bitching type of thing, right?
Right.
Because people weren't as open to the idea. Like, we didn't understand what depression was 15 years ago, I don't think. Or any sort of sadness. Like, it was kind of like, yeah, let's sweep that under the rug and just keep it moving. Where now people are like, no, I think it's something we need to actually address.
Once again, it goes back to social media, though. They can tell people that they got it, because people probably had it back then when they went to a doctor and they was diagnosed with it, but they couldn't tell nobody, really.
Yeah.
But they can tell people now, and now folks will just be like, you have the same symptoms I do, so I feel that way. I mean, people will take mental health advice from a TikTok easily, so that's why I know that your movie. That's why I know that your movie will actually do well, because I mean, they think that they're real thinkers, but if they watch your movie, then they'll really have to apply it to their lives and stuff like that. So, like I said, I can't wait.
And we already know that you can do it, because when we were younger, okay, this motherfucker over here, all right, was the performer of the family. All right, yeah. I remember every single time that we would come around, my dad would be like, hey, do the thing.
What, man?
And you would. And, like, it was always different. I don't remember you ever doing, like, the same impression, the joke, anything the same. Yeah. And,
for sure.
Honestly, I don't mean to stroke your dick, right? But I will say something. I really don't know if we would be into comedy if it wasn't for him and Dad.
Oh, man.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
That's a huge compliment, man.
Yeah, because you were the funny guy, and I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean that in a very positive sense. Yeah. You were the funny guy of the family. So, like, I looked up to you as, like, wow, look at him. Like, everyone around here, 50 fucking family members, right. Everyone's looking at Tim, and he's killing it right now. 100%. Move over, Eddie Murphy. Look at this motherfucker.
Remember, I'm black inside. I'm just saying.
100% because
I'm a reverse Oreo.
Of watching Dad and Tim growing up, like, when I was young, and seeing how everyone, like, gravitated to you guys was why I was like, yeah, I want to do funny videos. That's why I'm doing stand-up now. All this shit is like, I want to be the funny guy.
Yeah,
I like that shit. Mm-hmm. Like, and I love writing comedy, and I love the idea of it. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to go into, like, a whole spiel about comedy because that's just pretentious and annoying to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it is a big part of the pod and us as people now.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, I got to open up my door to comedy a little bit more. That's why I was telling you about the comedy jam, just because I felt like. Just because I felt like I was doing a big thing watching an hour of a comedy jam. Because you know me, I'm real, what is it, nonchalant?
yeah, you are very nonchalant about comedy.
I'm just chilling the majority of the time, so I'm just like...
But what it takes is finding that one piece of comedy that you fucking love.
You like Sinbad?
No, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I still got to warm up to, stand-up comedy specials and stuff like that, but when people are doing a comedy show about shit I know, like in regards to sports or whatever, I can laugh about shit like that because I notice stuff like that too. I just don't clown these jokes with nobody. But as for somebody just standing on the stage and clowning a whole bunch of jokes about a whole bunch of other different things, like I said, I don't know. Still gotta warm up to that, but like I said, it's just the type of dude that I am. Like, I'm always just
nice pat on the head.
Stern faced the entire time, so it's like me watching comedy. I'd probably still sit there and be the same way, and I'd be like, "That's not the point of it." So
Tyus is the dude. 45 minutes in, this is a wonderful special. This is hilarious.
That's why I don't want to go to comedy shows with y'all because y'all laugh y'all's ass off, and I'm still just.
I mean, Blake's the same way.
And look over, that's funny.
I wanted you to come to a comedy special too, but you didn't show up, motherfucker. So.
Yeah. Oh man, that's true. But I know I would have been ammo.
Nah, Blake wasn't a shit talk.
He would have shot me out the window.
Oh no way. Dude, are you kidding me? I wrote all my jokes. I went up there and I performed, baby.
But you said F. Ain't nobody know how you said F. You bombed him. We was fair game. I didn't know how long you was going.
Dude, anytime you have a stand-up, man, I will do you the honor, and I will sit in the audience and I will watch you.
I appreciate it.
Because, dude, your parents did that for me, and I would totally do that for you.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Well,
I mean,
went to.
I was just about to say.
Even if you bombed,
play back in the day.
Yeah,
I supported you, so I expected.
You played. Was it Ebenezer with Scrooge?
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, dude, that was like the toughest play I was in, dude. It was just me and Stephanie, and man, it was just the two of us playing like 20 characters each.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, but man, it was so rewarding because I got my acting chops that play. It was so hard, but dude, I pushed myself to the limit. I was like, man, if I could do this, I could do anything.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I would have done a play in my lifetime.
All
I did was ballroom dance.
Whatever works, man.
But hey, when it comes down to it, when I get married, I know I'm gonna have the dance down. I can take her through 3 of them. a tango, a merengue, and some more shit. I don't know what the other one's called.
What was the other play you did where my dad was basically the third guest because he laughed so goddamn loud through the whole
Oh man,
I remember you guys made mention of it from the stage, like broke character to talk about how loud he was.
Oh dude, it was Murder in the Magnolias. And dude, your dad was killing it every time he went. I mean, dude, he laughed at everything, man. I mean,
it was so fucking
he'd laugh at intermission. I was like, dude, it's
no one's talking.
Yeah, it's over. I was like, I know. All right, cool.
Oh, my dad is the fucking greatest.
Yeah.
Like, he'll make you feel like you're in Hollywood already.
Oh, yeah.
He's
with
MSG.
support.
You don't even need to go to an arena.
Yeah.
It's great. Like, going to an amusement park, going on a simple ride feels like you're on the world's greatest roller coaster. Like, whatever it is, he feels like it is the top tier of whatever.
When Dad's going up he's like, oh God, here we go. We're not making it down after this. And he's
the
screaming.
entire time that we're going up, he's like, here we go, you ready? Just pumping me the fuck up.
I love that shit.
Man, your dad has always been a free spirit, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have fed off that ever since I was a kid. So yeah, because of him, being a free spirit and doing what he wants to do and just acting a clown, I drew from that.
Yeah.
Drew from that big time.
Well, he's so infectious. Like, he just grows on you being around. I mean, obviously we're his kids, so it's probably a little bit different.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he knew him teenage Don.
Yeah,
he
true,
knew, so I can't even imagine. Well, I mean, we saw, which I don't know if we should put him out there. Fuck it. But, Dad and Uncle Mike, they made videos together.
Yeah.
The fucking radio show, and they'd be singing and shit.
yeah, I was going to say, I learned comedy from Dad and Tim, definitely not Uncle Mike.
Bazinga! Love you. But man, I wish you guys knew him back in the 80s and early 90s, dude. He was a character.
I'm sure.
I mean, dude, it was like they were part of the same generation, but it was like the passing of the torch.
Mm-hmm.
Started with Mike, then your dad, and then me, and then you guys.
Yeah.
And it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I'm hoping that we can, like, set that bar and, like, actually be a part of it. It's cool.
Yeah, because I won't even lie. Like, if we were to make it and someone's like, so did you guys come from, like, a long lineage? I'm like, we're royalty. You kidding me?
Exactly.
I got the motherfucking funny man over here, all right? Yeah, I don't need shit from you all.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, like, even though we didn't spend that much time together, like, obviously there's been lots of gaps in between,
Yeah.
But I think no matter what happened, we all kind of knew, like, we've all made an impression.
Right.
Like my dad made an impression on you that will last forever.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you've made an impression on us that will last forever.
Yeah.
And obviously it'll go so on and so forth down the
Right, I was
generations.
going to say that real quick. I'm just going to say, I'm going to bring down the tone a little bit, get a little heartwarming for a second. That I am not a social guy. I'm getting better with the podcast. That's why I'm doing it, so I can prove to people, like, hey, he's not an asshole, and he can actually be goofy.
You don't have resting bitch face.
Well, that's... I do.
We got rested bitch face, and it's all good. I accepted a long time ago. But if you have a conversation with me, if you are curious enough to break the barrier, because like you said, I'm not sociable,
Right.
So if you,
but when I'm on this show, I love it, and it's
Yeah.
like all smiles, and it's a good time, and it's like it's having
and
fun.
even when I have my face though, if you just walk up to me and have a conversation, I mean, 75% of the time, depending on who you are, I mean, I might smile in depending on what we're talking about. But you know what I'm saying? I don't really just go around with a grin on my face. I mean, I wish I could be. I wish I could be like that though.
I'm glad you're. So what I was trying to say was
Meanwhile,
so with the family, I've never been close to any of them. I'm not good at interacting or being close to people in general. Like, it's pretty much like you guys and my girlfriend, my kids, and my dad, and that's about it for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Yep. But with that being said, 4 years, and Austin can attest to this, I've always been like, yeah, Tim's my favorite of the family. Like, I've made that very clear.
Oh, man.
And I'll give a couple of reasons why. One, this motherfucker used to let me get on camera and make videos with him, and as a kid, that felt like that was the coolest shit ever. I remember we did like a, what do you call that fucking show? Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh,
we did
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And we each had to like do our own skits or whatever.
The,
and I'm sure if I watched it now, I'd probably vomit from cringe, but still. And then I remember you and I made a video where we wrestled in in that house you guys used to have, like, upstairs. And we had like a wrestling match, and we filmed it. And this dude, because I was young, he let me go over. And there was a part of the video where he threw me off so I could flip back over to get the pin. And like, I remembered that for the rest of my fucking life. Like, that dude, like, he's got my back. I just know.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
you had to know that. Man.
Yeah.
I would have thought the same thing. Like, Be locked in for life.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I remember, like, even being young, like, I've always basically been the same. Like, I'm more likely to stay in a corner not talking to anybody. Like, I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just like, it's too much for me. Like, let me just do my thing. You guys have fun, and I'll watch.
But you've had a brother, though. I feel like if I had a brother, I probably would be different than I am now.
Yeah.
For the most part, my mom was at work or whatever, and then I was just at the house by myself, so I just kind of got accustomed to being quiet.
But it took a while for Austin and I to get close.
I hated him.
Like, yeah, we hated him. Like,
for so long.
He was there at the family functions, but I'm like, I don't know you any more than I know these cousins.
Blake's in this corner and I'm in this corner.
Yeah.
Like,
Man.
so that's kind of how it was.
I don't think we got close until I was like 19. I would say.
Yeah, probably.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah. And then that's when we were like, we have no other choice.
Right.
So we might as well become friends now.
Yep.
Not to get cheesy, but I think really having a child really changed that for me. I think it made me become softer and like, oh, I see the appeal of actually having relationships and getting close to people now. Like, instead of being like, I don't trust any of you.
Well, I mean, you guys both have kids, so I'm sure you guys can probably, relate to the quote, having a kid changes you as a man.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Right? Like, completely, it's a 180,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, I mean, it makes sense as to why both of you changed in good ways, whatever. So.
As a dude who doesn't have any kids, I'm going to ask you a question. Does it feel like it changed you as a man, as in like a do or die situation? Because to me, that's how it... Because I do believe, like, once you have a child or whatever, it changes you as a man or whatever. But is it because of the do or die situation, or like? I mean, I figured it varies differently because of how people are, and I guess where their money lies or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I didn't know if it was do or die for every man or whatever. Because I mean, I feel like you had 9 months to prepare, but I've never had a child, so I don't know if that 9 months is like that or what.
I guess I can only speak for me on that, but the 9 months for a man is all complete bullshit. At least for me at 18, finding out for the first time.
So you're saying that it flew by?
Yeah, I mean, the baby's not inside of you. So you spend all of your time really worrying about what happens when the baby comes out.
Right.
So nothing really changes until you see the baby released through that bloody vagina, right?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that moment.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're having different conversations this time, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I would hope to have a child before I turn 30, but you know what I'm saying? I have no control over that shit.
Yeah.
No, but like, there's just like this survival instinct that kicks in immediately when you know that child is yours and you have to do everything in your power to protect that child, to provide for that child.
It's your responsibility.
You feel like a man now. No matter what age you are, there's something inside that you're like, I now have a reason to live. Like, before kids, it's kind of like, who gives a fuck about anything? You're just kind of... You're living for yourself.
And you never, well, I mean, for me, you never really know if anybody really cares about you or loves you like that. You know, whenever you have a child or whatever, that child's always going to love you.
Yeah, you never have to wonder again. You're always like, there's this one kid, there's this one person that's always, well, if you're a good parent, anyway. I mean, if you fuck up, it probably doesn't go that way. But if you're a good parent, you'll at least always have them. Right. And for whatever reason, that's a driving force to get you through whatever else bullshit's going on in life. Yeah. Like, no matter what happens, I can be like Preston, Charlotte, Cord, Crosby. I have them that will always love me no matter what happens at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Right? And as someone who's been, as we've been talking about mental health, who's been depressed their whole life and dealt with that kind of shit, having kids, it just gives you purpose. It gives you a meaning of life to be like, I kind of see now how all this other shit actually does matter more than I gave it credit for.
Man, they ain't gonna know until they watch the video, because we're gonna put it in the topics that we talked about birth and children and stuff like that. But man, we about to get a new audience with this one. What up?
This one's for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not taking a pee break, but I am taking a phone call real fast.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Hello.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean,
what's his point though?
So, man, for me, like Blake said, you have 9 months to prepare, and it's almost like a sixth sense kind of activates. And if you're a decent human being, or if you're a legit
Can
man,
I ask 2 more questions?
Yeah.
One, how many children do you have?
One that I know of.
Okay.
Clean
I'm
answer.
just keeping it real, man.
And I guess too, was it planned? Because I feel like that would play a difference too for people. But then again, you never know.
Yeah, I've never had the experience of a planned child.
Right.
So I don't
No,
know.
so, yeah,
no,
no
she
fair.
was not planned, but she was the best surprise I have ever received in my life.
And I believe even if I had that surprise, it would probably be that. To be
Yeah,
honest with you.
it totally changes you. You're not the man that you once were. Like it changes you. If you're a decent person, I think God kind of like prepares you to like take on this responsibility. Because what does he say in Genesis? Multiply and cover the earth with other versions of you. So, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So just
So your job,
spray everywhere.
yeah, multiply and cover the earth with versions of you.
Yeah.
So basically, God said to go around and come as much as you can.
yeah. God's a freak. No.
Wow. Yeah. He created you. and you.
Oh man, that is factual. That is factual.
So you
But I'm excited for one day for you to have a child because both of you.
Yeah.
It's just it'll be cool to see where it takes you because I think everyone's journey is different
and
everyone experiences it differently.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I have no question about if you guys are going to be good fathers, good men, like you guys already are. So when you have a kid, like now you have a reason to be a better person. That's all it's going to be.
I wholeheartedly believe I'm like hard-headed in like my changes and stuff like that. Like it takes something like that for me to change something in myself that I know needs to be changed. Because I already know that. But hey, you know what I'm saying? It might be a change, but I wouldn't force it just to make the change in myself. But you know what I mean.
See, a lot of people do that nowadays, and that's not a good idea.
Yeah, right.
That's where you become a shit parent. Is if you're just like, you know what, I'm going to make a kid just so I have a responsibility. Yeah. So I know I have to do extra shit.
Just make sure whoever you have it with, man. You've known her for a while, and it's your soulmate. Because live through me and Blake, man. We're paying for it because of our decisions we make. And at the end of the day, it's our responsibility.
About the most.
Yeah, that's why a brother is still without one right now.
I thought you were hinting at something like, so is this the coming out party? Like
Oh,
you're having
No, because that would have been completely wrong. I definitely wouldn't have my partner chose right because y'all wouldn't have known about him yet.
Yeah.
So they ain't shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I done had a few drinks. I forgot what we were talking about. I forgot what I was talking about.
The right woman to have a child with.
Yeah,
right.
Well, whoever
yeah.
your baby's mama is, man, make sure she's cool enough to let you do this podcast, man, because we don't have to call you and be like, hey, you ready to do the podcast? No, man.
And hopefully she
No, man. My baby mama, man, she said,
Yeah.
I gotta go to the store and get some bread and milk.
Yeah, and then it's like, Tyus, it's been 3 weeks. You gotta
Be
record.
like, how long is it gonna take you? Oh, it's gonna take me all night, bro, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't make it tonight.
The bread and milk story. The dad never came back. He said it was gonna take me all night. It's gonna take me all night.
Yep.
I ain't never coming back. Not me though. If my wife my future wife just happens to be seeing this, just know you won't be by the label. baby mama, and I'm coming back after the bread and the milk.
Yeah, exactly. We still got to do the podcast.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm so desperate for this podcast to blow up that I'd be like, I'm just going to meet you at the grocery store. We're going to record a pod real quick while you're going shopping.
There you go.
Look, bro, just meet me out in the car. I'm in like the fourth lane.
I've even thought about that before. Like, how funny would that be? Like, no, why could anyone stop us? Like, if we're just walking around, for grocery shopping and shit, and we're like, so, what are you getting? And they're like, oh, you can get the collard greens? Oh, okay, cool, awesome. So, what do you work to? Like, that podcast would be so, because you wouldn't know what the fuck's gonna come next from that.
Right.
Yeah.
And one of every 5 people might tell you to fuck off.
That's funny as hell.
What if somebody just smacks you?
Oh, I'd be like, and remember.
And then I have to stand there and be like, okay, so what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You hit the tagline on him, we can't take shit from him right now.
Yeah.
We got to whoop his ass now.
So that means
We got to beat his ass.
you become like one of those cops. You turn off the camera, and then I go ham on the motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
You got to get it all on camera. It might be bad for us.
Oh, that's true.
But we'll go viral.
I would say we'll be a viral podcast though.
Oh yeah,
We'll come out the same time as his movie comes out. People around here,
and here's where I talk my shit at a portion. People around here, people in this city are fucking haters, bro. You talking about keeping it on camera? They be the first ones to call the fucking police. They don't even support this podcast.
Yeah.
They don't even share this podcast. Yeah. They don't even view the podcast. They don't watch 10 minutes of the podcast. You ain't gotta watch you ain't gotta watch all the hours.
It's so true.
But just watch 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah, just know what we're talking about.
We're doing podcasting. I mean, yeah, podcasting's out here in the world or whatever the case is, but everybody else around here is trying to do music. And I fuck with everybody else that's trying to do music around here. But we're taking a different avenue around the fucking city and ain't nobody trying to show us no love. And I don't like it.
And we're the only reason
I'm going off is because
show us some goddamn respect.
That's right. And the only reason I'm going off right now is because I'm forced to have a fucking Facebook just to get some views off this bitch. And I hate Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I fucking hate it. Yeah. But we'll turn it down. So you said. So you said that he let you go over on a wrestling match. Are you a fan of wrestling of any kind?
Man, I was when I was a kid. Like when it was like huge, when it like blew up in the '80s. I was, man. Like all those big, stars like Hogan. Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
God, what's his name?
Macho Man.
Ultimate Warrior. Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh yeah, true.
Ultimate Warrior. Yeah. I'm sorry. I actually watched a documentary called Resurrecting Jake the Snake. Have you guys seen it?
Oh my God.
I saw it when it first came out. It was like 2015, 16 or something like that.
I never seen it.
Dude,
yet.
I was.
Oh, you love it.
So
I was bawling the whole time.
It's real.
That's real.
Because guys like that, wrestlers, athletes, whatever.
Yeah, he's been through a lot, hasn't he? He had addiction, but I never knew what.
Well, yeah,
it gets
his dad
way
was
worse.
abusive and I think sexually abusive.
Yeah, and he was a wrestler before his dad was. And because he was a wrestler, Jake the Snake hated wrestling, but decided to become a wrestler just so he could get closer to his father.
Yeah.
And then his father abandoned him once he became a wrestler.
Yeah, he got jealous because he was blowing up.
Yeah.
He never became world champion, did he?
No.
Damn, man. That sucks even worse.
Yeah.
So, dude, you gotta watch that documentary.
Should I watch it with you?
Beautiful freaking story.
Yeah, as a fan of wrestling, I think it's one of those ones that you got to definitely invest your time into.
Yeah.
Because it's just a well done documentary.
And then it shows where DDP saves his life and shit.
Oh,
so then, as a massive DDP fan already, it just made me be like, yeah, this is why we respect this man right here.
Okay, so DDP, I ain't gonna lie, DDP is just one of those people I already know is going to heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been through that.
Yeah.
But this confirms it because he
right.
literally changes his whole life around. And it's great to see.
And then Randy Savage, before he passed, dude, he was doing movie cameos left and right. I think his first one, if I'm not mistaken, was in Spider-Man.
I wish I would have got to meet Randy Savage.
Yeah, I was like, when he was Bonesaw?
Yeah. Bonesaw,
yeah. I was like, yeah, I dig this.
That shit was so cool.
And then he came out with 2 rap albums.
I forgot about that.
I remember when we listened to that shit.
Rock the Boat. He's like, rock the boat, yeah. And it's like, what the fuck
But
are
all
you
this
doing?
shit coming out about Hulk Hogan, that diss is more validated today than it is ever.
Yeah, that's true. He was talking about Hogan being a racist in 2008.
Yeah.
He was way ahead of the curve.
We definitely know Hogan will never come out with a rap album.
No way. We're talking about cancel culture.
All right,
so every time I have a piece of jerky, man, I always like, oh, yeah! And, dude, I start crying. I was like, man, I missed that SOB.
I had one of those a few years ago. I still have, the picture of it because I thought that shit was so cool. It had, it was, purple, whatever, and it had the Macho Man.
Yeah, he's on there doing, the finger and all that. It's like, oh,
the best wrestling story I have. You ready for this?
Let's go.
So, one of the guys I used to act with in my comedy troupe, Ender Bowen, he's a huge wrestling fan. So he calls me up one day and he's like, man, I've got tickets to see Sting. You want to go? I was like, hell yeah, man, I love Sting. I've always been a fan of Sting for years, dude. I've just never seen him. So he picks me. I was living in Hendersonville and he lived in Antioch. And it was like a 45-minute drive. So he was so excited. He offered to drive, pick me up, and take me into Nashville, into the arena. I was so pumped. And we walked through the arena, and I'm like, yeah, Sting, okay. What the hell is this? I was expecting the musician. I was expecting the musician, man. I was like, oh my God.
Crazy?
Yeah, I was like, what's this ring doing here? He's like, dude, the wrestler Sting. And I was like, oh, man. But you know what? I had the greatest time, man. I was so impressed with the acrobats and the way that they could jump off the ropes and
It's so much better.
Destroy each other, dude. I mean,
I you were gonna say that was what was causing the confusion.
Oh, that's probably one of my favorite stories.
That's you don't want to stand so close to.
Right, yeah.
Has Sting ever been in Tennessee? The musician?
Oh, he's got it. It's in Nashville.
If so, it's probably been a while, but
yeah.
I'm the one who just asked some bullshit, but I need one of y'all to say some bullshit so I can go to the bathroom.
Okay, that's you can just go. I don't care.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. So I personally am so happy that you say that. Okay, because a lot of people, as I'm sure you know, they shit on a lot of stuff without looking into it.
Yeah.
They don't ever watch it or go to a live performance. You've went to it, and it changed your mind on how they are.
Yep.
Like, you see them in the ring, you're like, oh, no, these are, like, legit athletes.
Yep.
I couldn't do that shit. Like, there ain't no fucking way. But, yeah, I'm glad that you say that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like sports in general with me. I would prefer a live performance, man.
Same.
I mean, I'll watch the Super Bowl, I'll watch a game if it's on, but, if I'm home by myself, I'll create something.
Right.
It's just who I am.
Yeah, I mean...
But,
Yeah, I can't sit there and focus on anything. Like, if I'm watching something, I'm, like, editing a podcast, or I'm trying to write a new song, or, like, that's just how I am, too.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, like, and especially, like, with sports, I can't really, like, I respect it, but I can't really get into it. Wrestling's a little bit different, because I like the fact that it's kind of like, it's cliche now, but like real life superheroes.
Yeah.
That's what the appeal is. It's like, it's
larger
like
than life.
It's expanding it's like your mind and what should be allowed to happen with your body. Like, your body shouldn't allow you to do the things they do, and that's what makes it so fucking cool to me.
Yeah.
I don't even watch it like I used to. Like, Dad is, an every week, every episode watcher, and I can't do that.
Shout out, Dad, though. You're clearly the fifth guest on this podcast.
Yeah. You're here in spirit.
Yeah. I mean, just to say, though, like, I gotta give some credit, though. Like, you've been creating stuff for so long, because you and your brother, Brent, used to draw some insane shit, man. And shit in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like, you would come out and you'd be like, oh, look at this. And we'd all be like, how long did that take you? You'd be like, 20 minutes. Like, 20 minutes? That would take me a week.
Yep.
Like, how the fuck do you do that?
I was once so just, like, blown away by how amazing their drawing was, that at 9 years old, it was the first time that I ever ejaculated.
No hands. No hands.
You remember the first time? I don't even remember the first time.
Exactly. He's like, I've been doing this since I was 5, man.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
No, not really. But it was the greatest drawing I've ever seen. Like, they can draw, like, you look at a comic book.
Y'all can draw?
Yeah. And it's exactly what you would see in a comic book.
I took an art class and I just, man,
his brother.
God, that shit's so hard. So I respect anybody that can fucking draw.
Have you ever read? Do you know what X-Men is?
I do, but I haven't. No.
There's a character in there named Rogue, and she has long hair. She's got like a tracksuit, all this stuff.
Is it gray?
No. She's was like green and yellow, right? I think that's what he drew.
I'm uncultured, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. You asked, I'm just saying.
Gray streak in her hand.
Yeah, that's true. She does have the gray streak. Yeah.
Okay.
And so one day we were like, "Where's Brett at?" And Tim's like, "Oh, he's drawing." And we're like, "Oh, okay, he's just being him." And then this motherfucker literally walks down the stairs and is like, "Oh, so look what I did." And then he has a comic next to it, and it's the exact same.
Oh man.
Like, no different whatsoever. And honestly, still to this day...
That was the best part of, like, Christmas and Thanksgiving and
yes!
stuff. Like, okay, what kind of art am I going to see? I don't give a fuck about the rest of it.
You have to say, what drawing am I going to see, and what impression from Tim am I going to see?
Yeah, exactly.
You can keep the gifts.
Right.
Right.
That's how I always felt. Like, everyone else, I was like, I don't have anything in common with any of these people. I don't with the human race typically.
Yeah.
Anyway, but whenever it came time for Christmas, Thanksgiving, shit like that, where I knew the family was going to be together, I was like, but at least I'm going to be able to see Brett and Tim now.
Yeah.
Like, I knew that was going to be cool, because there was always some cool shit. Tim was always going to be like, yeah, I'm acting in something, or I'm drawing something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
So now, I'm hoping that we can do that. Like, yeah, we got shit going on now.
Yeah.
We're also successful.
We're important. Acknowledge us.
Yes. We do stuff too.
I fucking wish I
Oh
could.
man, it takes a lot of practice, man.
It's
A
natural
lot of
though, right?
practice.
It's a natural talent. Like you
Yeah,
have to.
It's kind of
it
a
has to come
God-given
to you, I
gift.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what my art teacher was teaching us. She was trying to do it. She was trying to show us like contour drawing or whatever, but she had us like pretty much blindly drawing through a cup though. I was like having us try to draw something just looking at it without seeing what we were drawing, but like we had a cup right there to block what we were drawing. I don't know what, but she was a drunk though, so
Was it a solo cup?
I would. No, it was plastic styrofoam. She wasn't trying to give it away like that.
Wow.
I wouldn't say her name, but damn, she might still be there, and she might still be having whiskey off in her desk.
Oh,
and I ain't
shit.
trying to rat you out, Mama. I know you doing alright.
Oh,
You didn't
man.
teach me shit though. I still don't know how to draw. I still draw houses with a triangle and a square on the bottom.
Well, you do know
Little
how to drink
rectangle
from a
on
cup,
top.
though, so
Yeah,
it's
why?
Well, hell, I never called her drinking. Hell, I just smelled it on her breath.
Oh, damn, like that?
I'm not
You just light
lying.
a lighter.
I'm not lying. If I said her name right now, there's a lot of people that would know what the fuck is going on. But I just I'll wait till we're done.
Shout out Miss Whitaker. There you go.
About a couple letters down from the alphabet is what her last name starts with. A U.
Oh,
Umbridge.
shit. Ulysses.
What?
Umbridge.
No.
Oh
It
man,
scared the shit out of me. Loud as fuck over
I thought he
here.
said it. I was like, oh man.
I say, you know me and Blake did not go to a fucking school down here.
I mean, still.
we didn't go to
It would
school
have been.
at all.
I know. So it would have been a hell of a guess. I would have been like, oh man.
yeah, true.
I guess you don't have much options with your last name starting with a U.
This podcast is all we have. We had no education.
Yeah.
Like we're banking on talking with our
Hey
friends.
man,
to find
hey man,
success.
walking the line is fucking overrated unless it's for college.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've never been interested. Like, did you go to college?
I just went to art school.
Okay,
Well,
but
I'm
it paid off for you.
I'm
But
interested.
Yeah.
I understand that going to college, if you are like art school makes sense to me.
Or
because
trade
this
school.
is what I'm going
Yeah,
for.
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
But to just go to college, fuck all that.
I mean,
not
I'm trying to
interested.
go back for
I'm not trying to
information
be in debt.
technology, but that's just more knowledge on me trying to find like a different career, like
Right.
a career that I actually like dig or whatever. Because I've always been dealing with technology or whatever, but I mean, obviously my knowledge of that shit is different. But I mean, I definitely would love to walk the line for that. That's some shit I can be proud of. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? High school, I don't know.
But for me,
I
my
do
career-
believe that the oh my god.
Today, Junior.
Right? I do believe that a high school diploma is like, I guess, key, you know what I'm saying? But
I mean, it is for the workforce. But for me, anytime that I've ever thought about a career, I've wanted to create and be able to make a living and a career out of my talent, my hard work, what I do, not working for someone else and making money for
Although
them.
I can't tell you
something
guys,
I'm
though.
not passionate about.
Yeah.
I'm tired of doing that.
although
Like,
I will say, though, I mean, I'm going to take the side of the school system, obviously, because I was in there for a second. So I'm saying to say, if you guys were actually, like, through the whole system, you know what I'm saying, it would have tightened up your skills. I mean, hell, they claim, although it was never featured through my graduation program or nothing like that I had a major in business and technology because I took all the classes in that little, like, hallway or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? They never gave me no acknowledgement for that. But at the same time, I still, like, know certain cases or whatever, or how to work my way around Excel and shit like that.
sure,
So I'm
yeah.
saying, like, you know, if you still went,
my biggest regret is not going to school.
you know what I'm saying? You know, there's no
My
telling where
dad's
you
gotten
could
a lot
be
of
at.
love on this podcast, so for the first time, hey, fuck you, Dad, for not sending me to school.
Dude.
Outshout Dad.
I don't know if it would have met sooner, but damn, sometimes I just always think about the possibility. Hell, I know I would have gravitated toward y'all in high school just because I know a wrestling fan when I
If for
fucking
nothing
see.
else, school
Yeah,
is good
right.
for making connections, I think.
I know I would have got laid earlier if I would have went to school. That's for sure. So.
I would have made sure of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would have came in ties with like,
I
fuck
would've
that
made
class.
sure
You
of
got to
it.
get banged today.
I done fell off now, but I don't know what the fuck was in the water then. But man,
Skip
hey,
that
my
physics
numbers
class,
went
get
up.
some pussy.
All right, y'all.
Oh yeah. So it's time for the. I realized that now. It's time for the phone.
Is it already?
Yeah. And I don't want to cut it too long because I know that you got to get back. You have stuff to do. So probably shouldn't go like forever long with this episode.
Yeah, so
I'm having fun. I can just keep it going. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll cut it short then.
Yeah.
We'll have to have you back on sometime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
most
one
when
when
you have more
yeah.
time.
Can we take a break so I can piss?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. We gotta get stuff set up for this anyway.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have the most. Oh god, I almost dropped my phone. I have the most simplistic question,
Okay.
but I don't know. It kind of seems like a trick question. All right, is everybody ready?
R is every. Yeah.
I was about to say R. Is R.
It's a conjunction, man.
Yeah,
I got
R's,
it, man.
everybody ready? R's.
I heard is all right. Is everybody ready? In 2 words, man.
My God.
I heard. Hey.
Yeah,
But I'm
you
black
fucking
inside.
know it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard you loud and clear.
It might be much. It might be
so
much,
damn
but
white,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
Come on, Austin.
Put it together. You know what? You know what I'm trying to
I gotta
say.
get rid of my white
Yeah.
privilege apparently.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Quit being so
You got to.
stone cold,
Yeah, you
Austin.
got to. We've been brothers for like 3 years. I'm about to say 3 months.
I was about to say, what the fuck?
Bury that white guilt. Okay.
Oh yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to put some more soul in your system.
And it sounds like I got the butt of a black lady, so I need more soul.
That don't mean shit.
Hey, are we
mean
talking
shit.
prison
It's
terms
got-
or what's going on?
It's gonna be in your. I was just about to tell him it's gonna be in your. It's gonna be in your heart, not in your ass.
That's true.
He's been to prison.
Okay. So
Okay.
weird, tricky, maybe easy question, but how many S's are in the word rendezvous?
2.
I'm gonna say 1.
Well, he already answered, so he's right.
Who?
You.
Oh shit!
Okay,
so,
there
does
you
that mean
go.
I'm exempt?
Yeah. So
There you
You're
go.
exempt, so now it's down to me and Tim.
All right.
Hey.
I forgot I had to think of a second question.
He was looking at us like, okay, I'm ready for the question.
I was like, woo,
He's ready for the question.
fucking stuff the hell yeah. I did all right. All right, okay, hang on.
By the way, I just gotta give you props though, because I never knew that. I was just like, is there even an S in rendezvous? Because I don't hear one.
There was a Z.
Yeah, I didn't think so
There
either. I was like,
an S at the
hey.
end of rendezvous, but there is not a Z. I played Cyberpunk last night and the word rendezvous came up. So,
I was like, dude, I'm an art major. I'm not an English major. Man. Come on.
all right. Okay. Hang on.
Oh man, that's gonna be fun though. You guys are gonna have a grand old time on this phone call.
The other 2 people have never done it before. I've
Oh,
managed
that's
to get
right.
every
How many
question
quarters
right so
are?
far.
How many? Oh my God!
How
I'm
many?
so sorry. How many minutes are in a regular quarter of basketball in the NBA?
15.
4?
You said what?
4?
No.
Okay.
Go again.
12.
There you go. You make the call.
Yes.
It is what it is. It's not my first rodeo.
WNKY next. 4 in the morning. I'm off next Sunday.
Thanks for calling Overtime. How can I help you?
Yes, I just want to let you know I'm on the podcast 1722. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, you are on it right now. How are you?
I'm fine.
Are you guys really busy?
No, we're not really busy.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
we're kind of busy, but I'm behind the bar.
gotcha. What time do y'all close?
What time do we close tonight? Last call's at 10:30.
10:30? Okay, cool. Well, hey, you're on the podcast, and we just wanted to tell you something real quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Don't take shit from nobody.
All right, that's it. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
All right, you too. All right, bye. All right, bye.